16th district. Our 16th district is represented. Our 16th district is very important because we need someone looking out for us in Washington, not looking over their shoulder, not asking Nancy Pelosi what to do. It's going to honestly raise their hand and say, what's best for Wayne County, what's best for our 16th district. I am a veteran, and one of my rules of supporting someone is they have to believe in the United States and believe and support the troops. I've fought for this country. I've almost given my life to this country. And I would not stand here and support someone if they don't have the same beliefs that I do. Jim has met with farmers, he's met with local business people, and I can honestly tell you, Jim is going to stand for us in Washington, D.C. and represent the 16th district. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce my friend, our next 16th district congressman, Jim Renacci.
Again, I'll try and speak without a microphone. If for some reason you can't hear me, please say something. I'll grab a microphone. I do want to tell you that we invited Congressman Bocherry here tonight. We invited him a couple weeks ago. He declined the offer, so if you have any questions for him, we have him. A little bit of background about myself. I came from a coal mining area in western Pennsylvania. My grandfather was a coal miner. My mother was a nurse. My dad was a railroad worker. All union workers, blue collar, and that's the background I come from. First one to go to college, paid my own way through college, had to work for 4 years to get through that college education, so I understand the value of that. Started out after college at a CPA firm, got my CPA. Again, the first person not only to graduate from college in the family, but the first person to take on a professional job as far as in the CPA field. Spent a couple years in healthcare as a CPA. Then I came out to Ohio at the young age of 23 to take a job in Wadsworth, Ohio. I've been here ever since. So I've been in Ohio for 27 years. I'm actually in the 28th year. Married to my high school sweetheart, who we met in 6th grade for the first time. Met again in high school. We were married in 1983, right after I moved up here. She's been here with me ever since. We have 3 children, all of them in college. And I'm very proud to say that that's one experience that I think everybody should take to Washington too, is to be able to raise 3 children and get them through college, and especially through high school. So that's really my background. I can tell you that for the last 20-some years, I owned and operated nursing homes. That was the job that at the age of 24, I started, I told you, as a CPA, got out here, and at age 24, I went out on my own. I convinced a bank to lend me some money, acquired my first nursing home, and I can tell you 20 years later, I had several nursing homes at a construction company. I had a number of things related to nursing homes. I have created over 1,500 jobs. I've employed over 3,500 people. So I do understand what it means to sign a paycheck. I do understand what it means to employ somebody. And I do understand what it takes to create those jobs that we're dearly losing here in the 16th district. Again, as I told you, blue-collar family. My dad and mother are still Democrats. I know we have some Democrats in the crowd, and I mentioned that. But they don't even believe anymore in the direction our country's taking. And my grandfather was a coal miner. I guarantee you is turning in his grave right now because of the differences in what he believed in and where we're going today. Why did I run for Congress? Why did I jump into this race? Look, I tell people that after 20 years, I sold my business. I started investing in other businesses. I didn't need to run for this position, but I'm not happy with where our government's going. I'm not happy with the spending. I'm not happy with the job losses. And I'm not happy with the direction that Nancy Pelosi and Barack Obama is taking us, along with Congressman Bocherry, who is lockstep with Nancy Pelosi, voting 94% with her agenda. It's interesting because you'll hear him say, well, she doesn't vote as much as I vote. Truth of it is, he's voting 94%, 94.1% with her agenda. That's problematic, and I've been traveling the district. I jumped into this race a year ago, August. I have traveled every night. I took my business interests and set them aside because I really believe in this. I tell people I am concerned for my children. I'm concerned for their future, and there is no way that you can spend yourself into prosperity. Whether you're in a business, whether you're in a family, you cannot spend yourself into prosperity, and that seems to be the direction we're going today. We're spending at a level that exceeds all levels in the past, and we cannot continue in that direction. So I do have a concern about that, and in August of last year, I jumped into this race. Since then, a lot of positive things have happened. Nobody knew who Jim Renacci was a year ago. And I had to get out and start introducing myself to people and getting people to know who I was. Democrats, Republicans, and independents. Because I tell everybody, this isn't about a Democrat, this isn't about a Republican, this is about being an American. And I truly believe I'm an American first. What I really believe with the Republican Party is that they believe in some very core values that I believe in. That's less taxes, that's less government, that's a strong military, and that's personal responsibility. And those are the four things that where I believe the Republican Party brought me over there. Because as I told some people in the audience, when I grew up, you grew up in a Democratic area. You were born a Democrat. In fact, there wasn't probably a Republican within 50 miles of where I grew up. All right, but I truly believe in those four things, and that's the reason I became a Republican. With that being said, as I told you, I built the business, and I jumped in this race, and what I've learned is people are concerned. I've had a gentleman, 72 years old, come up to me with a tear in his eye saying, I'm concerned about where we're going with this country. I've had people who come up to me and said, we're losing jobs. What can we do about it? These are things that concern me. They should concern all of you, and these are the reasons I jumped in. As I said, 12 months ago, nobody knew who I was. Today, I've been endorsed by over 100 individuals and businesses and U.S. Chamber of Commerce, and that list is all on my website, Renacci for Congress. We had those endorsements. I've also outraised my opponent, and I know that's an important, believe it or not, that's an important piece of any race. You have to be able to raise dollars, and I've been able to do that. I've also put some of my own dollars in, because I believe that when you believe in something this strongly, you need to invest some of your own dollars in it too. So I've done that too. We've got about 2 months left before early voting starts. I can tell you that you can ask my wife. I've been at this every day from 7 o'clock in the morning until 10 o'clock at night. I plan on doing that all the way up till November 2nd because I really believe in what I'm doing. And the more people I talk to, I realize that they believe in what I'm doing. And I'm going to continue to do that until the evening of November 2nd. But today really isn't about me. It kind of gives you a brief description. I kind of want to open it up and hear from you. I want to hear you some questions, your thoughts, your concerns, and any question you may have about, about anything I've said, or any questions you may have about where we're going and what direction we're going and what you think my positions are.
Explain that 23% tax. That's the advertisement.
Oh, isn't it interesting?
Mm-hmm.
If John Bocelli spent as much time slinging mud at Jim Renacci as he spent as much time trying to create jobs that he is slinging mud at Jim Renacci, maybe we'd have unemployment back down to 6%, 6.5% where it started. There's a commercial out today, and that's what she's talking about, that basically says Jim Renacci supports a 23% tax increase. I can tell you that Jim Renacci, you can look at my website, which has been up a lot longer than today. Jim Renacci has never supported a 23% increase in income tax, nor would he. Now, what I will tell you is that that's just a misconception, because in one of my, I think, debates, we talked about the fair tax. And I said the fair tax is an interesting situation, that is something that could be looked at. But I also said at that same debate that implementation would be very difficult. But I will also say that I would never believe in any tax being increased, any net increase in taxes. And that's just a fallacy, and that's what we're going to see over the next 60 days. And you're welcome to call me on that at any time when you hear something like that that says, or you see something on TV, Jim Renacci supports a 23% tax increase. I could tell you that is false. I would never support a tax increase.